Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we need to take this financial report. So let's just tick on forward, shall we? Should be absolutely fine. No problems whatsoever. Yeah, no concerns there. We're going to continue ticking forward. We've got repairs to do. Many of those are now finishing up, and they're now completely done, in fact. We don't have Glaive or Geezer back just yet, and I believe that we have additional work to do. Yeah, the Hunchback 1G here, as well as that Centurion, need a little bit of work, but neither of them is very much. Like, that's just a lower leg actuator, that's completely fine. This Centurion here, what do you got? Just repair the gyro. Yeah, no worries.
Job's done.
That's completely okay. Now the question is, can we deploy with 2 mech warriors out of action in our current situation? 8 out of 16 berths. No. So we actually need to hire a new mech warrior. Which means we need to go into the hiring hall here. Only one that's available is Buckshot. Okay. Buckshot's fine.
New mech warriors available.
We will go with Buckshot. And we can go ahead and get a point of gunnery and tactics. Fantastic. Any other training that we can do here?
Waiting for orders.
That's a negative. Okay. We're ready to deploy then. Let's go ahead and do so. What do we got? Hell's Horses, we've beaten up on them a lot recently. They kind of want to hire us. And I kind of would rather fight them, in all honesty. There's only the single Comstar mission here. Oh wait, we could ally Comstar now, can't we? Technically, no. Not quite yet. Okay, I thought that we would be able to, but maybe after the next mission. And with that being the case, we should probably take the only Comstar mission that there is here. Oh, it's a solo duel? Oh, that's disgusting. That's a lot of salvage. Target acquisition. That would be why. That's Comstar. I would really like to not fight Comstar here. Who's the op for here? Steiner. With it being Steiner, I think we maybe crank the payment up a little bit and the salvage down a little bit. The Nidhogg is going to be here, which of course means that we technically didn't need Buckshot. I think we'll put, let's see, either of these have Centurion affinities? Buzz? No. Death Crusade? Yes, actually. Death Crusade does have Centurion affinities. Okay, and we'll just leave Buckshot in the simulators for now, I guess. These two are locked, yeah. So this is basically the same situation that completely wrecked us before, but in this situation, we should be far better off, in theory. For one thing, we've got a Nidhogg instead of a Cascatel. For another thing, this is only a 1-skull difficulty, and we're against Steiner, so there's that. In theory, we're mostly only doing this to try to reroll our missions, because I just didn't want to go up against Comstar when we're this close to going up in reputation with them. So let's just do this. I don't expect it to be particularly challenging. In fact, it should go pretty quick, perhaps even quick enough to deploy a second time this episode. We'll see how it goes, though. So we need to destroy the Lyran Lance. Due to logistical issues, we have only a single heavy air asset to task with the destruction of an isolated enemy force. We'd like to hire you to fill out the unit to full strength and provide support. Okay, well hopefully we don't run into one of those Shiltrons again. It was rough, but I think that was honestly just bad luck. Okay, so they're up over this way. Well, we definitely don't want to take the low ground then. They're kind of spread all over here. I think we deploy right where it advises. In these woods. Okay. Let's see what we've got here.
Could be some prime beach real estate. Hopefully there were a beach.
This looks really basic. Oh, there is a secondary Steiner Lance. Okay. Good to know. Is this out here? Steiner, of course, operates in units of 4.
Ready for orders.
Now these guys just dropped in. So I'm actually going to reserve here and let them move. They're probably going to move out away from us. Or maybe. We'll see what they do, actually. When we're clustered in like this is pretty easy stray shots.
Ready for orders.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to move the Nidhogg up to here
I'm walking here.
as a scout. And I think we don't care about the hit chance here, as long as we are firing AoE rounds here. We're a little out of range of the bomb racks. I don't know what Apollo rounds do for MRMs, so I guess let's find out.
Locked on rear arm.
That's pretty mediocre. Okay.
Take that.
Not what I was really looking for out of a Nidhogg, but we weren't quite close enough. Ooh, he moved quick. All the way up to there. Yeah, they're going to shoot at the Nidhogg. Of course they are. By the way, in the latest patch, AMS was rebalanced slightly. It was overperforming what was stated, so AMS has been slightly nerfed. Particularly, apparently, ballistic AMS.
Moving to position.
So, that's interesting. Let's pot shot this guy. If we happen to hit, then great. If not,
All weapons.
oh well.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
Targeting
That
system.
is
Janky.
pretty much what I expected.
Standing by.
This Centurion is going to move up over here. And I would love to fire on this guy. Once again, just accuracy through volume of fire.
Confirmed.
Eventually something will hit it. Not this time, though. And ultimately, that's okay.
Waiting for orders.
So the Blackjack will move up to here.
Got it.
I would love to go for this Scorpion. And actually, that is our best hit odds. Deadfire is better for the LRM. Okay. The hit odds aren't great here, but we'll see. Oof, only hit one there, 7. That's sad. That is very sad. Well, the Scorpion moves over.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
You don't say. I figured that out a while ago.
Receiving you.
So the Ghost is at this point going to move up over here.
Quick stepping it.
And those are actually better than I expected hit odds on the Sprint, but I think we'll go for the Scorpion here, try to just eliminate it.
Control.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. Fantastic.
Frag the vehicle.
And that's the sling there, and we know where the enemy reinforcements are. Yeah, they're off over here. We knew that already. Actually, these are the reinforcements. This is the lance. Gotcha.
Yes, Commander.
Let's go ahead and move up to here
Head now.
with our Centurion. And 4.3, 8.1. Okay, we'll give it a go. I'm not going to fire the heavy rifle, just the streak.
What the?
Yeah, we didn't expect anything there, in all honesty. We're going to move up with this Centurion.
Aye.
And we can actually only fire at this Ripper. Okay, well, we'll pot shot it.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
We actually hit one of those.
They will be done.
I am slightly shocked, in all honesty. What direction is this guy facing? Can we get into rear arc? No, we can't.
I am the wind.
But that's okay. We don't need to get into rear arc here. Side arc should be good enough. Light him up.
Roger that.
Yeah, he's not doing so well.
Ooh, that hit something good.
Excellent. The sling then tries to run away. I don't blame it. I really don't blame it for that one. Phase 19? Sure. Go for it. Do what you can against the Nidhogg, absolutely. And the Sprint then moves up over here. Here, actually. Sure.
Waiting for orders.
So the Ghost is going to sprint up over here. We're mostly going to look to sink heat this round, I think. Maybe fire something kind of like this. Maybe get into that side arc there.
Affirmative.
How did we destroy a heat sink if we didn't hit it? Or did we hit it? It had 2 HP. We did hit it. Okay, only 1 though.
Something
Sure.
I can do?
The Centurion can move up to here,
No problem.
and we'll check our hit odds. Much better off over here. Give it a go.
Firing full on enter.
Ooh, that was a big streak SRM hit there. That Sprint Scout helicopter is very close to dead. The Ripper moves in. Okay.
That could have been. Watch my heat.
Yeah,
Yep.
your heat's a bit up there, but you're mostly okay. I would like to fire on whichever we have better hit odds on, which is the Ripper, and we could stray shot this guy, theoretically.
Here we go.
Would have been amazing if we had stray shotted him and taken them both down with one move,
Stay down.
but no such luck there. That would have been the dream. Absolutely. I don't really like this Nidhogg loadout. I've seen better Nidhogg loadouts for sure. The MRMs are okay, I guess, but
Order.
I'm just underwhelmed by it, I guess. We should be able to take this guy down with the ATMs and LRM-20s. Maybe even just the ATMs and sink heat. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Perfect. It was a bit of a risk, but ultimately if we had failed, it wouldn't have been that bad.
I'm your spaniel.
Okay, our Nidhogg is going to approach over this direction. It's got that momentum rolling. We see a Valkyrie, an Urban Mech, a J. Edgar, and the Sling over here. That's fine. I'm not going to fire the bomb rack at the Sling again, now that we know that there's other mechs over here. And we are just going to fire on this guy with what we've got here. Just checking ammo levels. It's okay. There we go. The Lyran reinforcements are
Farewell.
dead.
Commander.
So, obviously, we're going to start sprinting up over this way.
No problem.
Yes, Commander.
The Centurion is a little overheated, but that's okay.
10-4.
It won't be for too much longer.
Commander.
Our Blackjack is going to sprint up as well. And we're just going to work on closing in as much as we can. Now, we're not the speediest crew, to be sure, but we'll get up there eventually. The Jaeger's backing off all the way over to there. That is quite a move. We're going to sink some heat. Okay, the Valkyrie is just running around over there. I don't really mind either way.
Waiting for orders.
The Centurion is going to move up over here.
Orders.
And we're almost in range now to begin fighting some of these guys, so that is absolutely great.
I'm here.
Now the Valkyrie is, I think, a good priority target for the Nidhogg here. This is not a great position. We'll go to this position instead. Yep. The Valkyrie probably dies here.
This one in the back.
I'm actually surprised that we didn't get more internal there.
Critical hit.
We hit everywhere pretty hard. The Valkyrie is very close to dead there, though.
Standing by.
Okay. Sounds good. And the Ghost moves on up. That J. Edgar is coming on back. Trying to shoot at the Nidhogg. AMS still doing work. Of course, this isn't our Nidhogg. We don't care if it gets shot down.
Understood. Moving fast.
The Blackjack will continue to close in, as will the Hunchback. The Hunchback is a ways away from
Got
being
it.
able to
No
fire,
shooting,
though.
Just running.
Kind of awkward terrain here, for sure. Speaking of awkward, that Valkyrie's movement. That was definitely awkward. He even hot-loaded the LRM. That is a rotary rifle.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
Yes,
Okay.
Commander.
At this point, I'd kind of like the Nidhogg to make his way over here and engage the urban mech. I'd love to fire that anti-air arrow. Arrows are AoE, right? Yeah, arrows are indeed AoE. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to put an arrow onto our blackjack. You know what? That might be a good thing for after this one, because this will be relatively simple. There we go. One dead Irby.
Map, Chief. One less target. My flamer's empty.
And the Centurion. Oh, an achievement. Trash can fire. What was that for? That was for destroying an urban mech with flamers? Okay, I don't think I destroyed an urban mech with flamers, but
Right here.
I mean, RogueTech implements things in some interesting ways, so who knows? The Centurion is going to position here and fire on the Valk. This is front arc, which is its strong side, but
I bet you're gonna like this.
we are now able to engage the Valkyrie.
Ready for orders.
Blackjack will move up,
On my
and
way.
we will begin firing the ATMs at the Valkyrie as well.
Taking the shot.
Yeah, no hits. I'm not shocked.
Damn it.
There's only 3 in the Lyran Lance up here. Fascinating.
I'm here.
Okay, so our Ghost is going to close in up this way.
Affirmative.
Perfect. Phase 13. That is, of course, the J. Edgar over here. They only have the 2 remaining units. That's a really bold position to take. In fact, so is this.
Yeah?
Both of those are extremely questionable. Like, really, really questionable. I'm going to take the Nidhogg over. I was hoping to get rear arc there. But instead, we're going to take the Nidhogg into rear arc of the J. Edgar. And we're going to see if we can penetrate that rear armor a bit. Structure exposed, but we didn't do any internal
Commander?
damage. Okay, that's fine.
Move
We can get
order
into
received.
side arc here. And potentially hit that rear arc. Or potentially burn through the side arc armor, too. That works, too.
Receiving.
Now, our Centurion here is definitely going to come over here.
Confirmed.
This is a weakened rear arc on the Valkyrie, and we have good hit odds because it barely moved, if at all. And that's a dead Valkyrie. Like, that's why I was saying that was a really, really bold move. Both of
Yes,
these were,
Commander.
but that was a particularly bold one. Well, we knew that this wasn't going to be particularly difficult, right? So there we go. And realistically, those ATMs might be great
Reporting.
to put on something like one of our Centurions. Or our Ghost, perhaps? Yeah, that might not be a terrible idea, actually. So, let's see what we get from salvage here. It's not going to be much, right? We knew that going into this. And under LRM ammo. I mean, improved MRM ammo. That's actually pretty good. We'll take that. I do like my MRMs. Okay. Not too much from salvage. We didn't expect too much. That was mostly just to re-roll the missions. And that's great. I do, however, want to go in and rework that blackjack that I forgot to do before this mission. So let's go see what we've got there. At the very least, I want to take a look at what the options are. I'm not necessarily committing to making it into a missile platform or into an artillery platform. What's the tonnage on that? We'd have to check. Did we even take any damage? I'm not sure that we did. We did! Fascinating. The Centurion took damage. Okay, let's hop into the mech bay here and take a look at the Blackjack, as I said. Okay. So what we want to do here, of course, is we want to mount this guy right here. That's only 15 tons. That is less tonnage than I was expecting. Let's drop the LRM-20 for sure. And drop the heat sinks for now. We may put some of them back on. I'm going to drop the ATMs and the medium laser, as well as the LRM ammo, obviously. And the ATM ammo. Okay, so something like this. We have 24 tons to work with here. We wouldn't be able to fit in a double Arrow 4, but we could absolutely put in an Arrow 4, say, over here. And then we have several tons of Arrow 4 ammo that we could put in. I would think 2 tons would be sufficient. How many shots is that? 5 shots? So this would be 10 shots. That's a lot of shots of Arrow 4. That's a whole lot of shots of Arrow 4. And then we still have 7 tons remaining. We could theoretically... Are we missing free heat sinks? We probably are. We're probably missing free heat sinks in this. Let's see here. Yeah, we're missing 1 free heat sink. So we put that on, say... I don't know where this heat sink came from. I guess it was over here? Sure. We could put that heat sink on. That is a free heat sink. And the question then is, could we get away with something like an ER large laser as a backup weapon? We'd still have an additional 2.6 tons here. Now, we wouldn't want to fire both of these at the same time, right? Generally speaking, we'd fire the Arrow 4, and then the large laser would be as a backup weapon. That's 36 heat, and our heat sinking is already 30 heat. So we definitely want to put in additional heat sinks. There's no doubt about that one. And we don't... Do we have a double heat sink kit? We do have a double heat sink kit. I don't think this is the mech to use that on, though. Because we can very easily do something like that. And yeah, in theory, this has reduced dramatically the damage, but in practice, this is going to be a pretty good improvement for us. I'm going to drop a little bit of armor out of these legs to get us an additional ton here, like that. And then we'll drop a heat sink, say, over here. So what's our heat efficiency here? Heat sinking of 39 heat. Yeah, that should be okay. What's the heat generation of an Arrow 4? 30. Yes, this should work absolutely fine. Let's get this going. That, of course, means that we've got those ATMs freed up. And I kind of do want to put them in the Ghost. I think the Ghost is a good fit for ATMs. So let's take a look at what we've got here right now. We've got triple SRM-6 on the Ghost. Now, the ATMs, they have an optimal range of 300 meters. They do have a minimum range. That is true. Maybe we leave that as is, and instead put the ATMs on one of the Centurions, like I said before. Because this guy, he is much more likely to get in super close than some of these. This one's a 265, and the other Centurion is a 220. So I would like to do it on this Centurion, actually. So we'll go ahead and stop this work, and we'll refit this here. And let's see, we've got 2 missile hardpoints here. We've only got how much ammo here for the ATM? I believe we only have the 1 ton of ATM ammo currently. Yes, that's accurate. So what we could do is we could drop the 2 SRM-6s and the light rotary rifle and the 2 tons of SRM ammo and the medium pulse laser. Max out that armor. Okay, and then put the high explosive ATM ammo over here, and then we put in an ATM here. Now, in theory, we could also put in an ATM-6, but I think that this will burn through the ammo far too quickly to be worthwhile. Absolute ideal scenario, right? Boom. Actually, that is surprisingly close to working. That is shockingly close to working. Like, our heat efficiency is kind of garbage, right? But this is a case where we could theoretically drop these heat sinks. Like so. 1.836 tons remaining. Now, we do have ammo for this now. We have the safed UAC-20 ammo that we can put in here. Then, how many free heat sinks do we need? 2. Okay. We do have 2 double heat sinks. We could put in a double heat sink kit and our 2 double heat sinks, say, over here. Wow, this actually works. We could even drop the ferrofibrous armor. We'd have to drop half a ton of armor, and I don't necessarily like that. So instead, maybe we could put like a small laser in the center. That's something that we could definitely do. Use up half a ton there, and then we'd have 0.336, or we could go for something like a medium laser in the center. And then drop a little bit of armor, perhaps in this arm. As well as like 10 or maybe 5 points in the legs. Something kind of like that. This works surprisingly well. Like, I mean, this is only going to have very few shots, right? This is 4 shots. So we're only going to be able to fire this twice. But once we get more UAC-20 ammo, then we can tweak this. And this will be terrifying. We can fire this in single mode or double mode. It has select fire, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to be very ammo limited on this mech, and I understand that.
Get it in the schedule.
However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to get these finished up and head on back out. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.